How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, FaZe Crypto. Today we'll be talking about Cardano, and of course we will be discussing the recent price action we've been seeing in Bitcoin, $9,500 clocking in at the current time making this video. Of course, the rise is continuing, and with that we're seeing a lot of resurgence of the bullish sentiment from a lot of really interesting sources. At the same time, we see sort of the regular bull boys coming out and really getting bullish and a bit too early, according to my estimation. But at the same time, it's never too early to start thinking practical. So what I'd like to talk about is this article: 6 billion in stable coins posed to enter cryptocurrency. Despite some analysts arguing that the next bullish cycle has already begun for the cryptocurrency market, there still appears to be a lot of value sitting on the sidelines. Just short of 6 billion is being held in different stable coins, presumably waiting for a signal to enter the market. The total fiat value held across the stable coins is now close to 6 billion, accounting for the total in US dollar-backed Tether, and of course, according to stablecoin index, Tether makes up most of the total. The controversial Bitfinex affiliated project currently boasts a market of 4.782 billion alone. Other big contributors to the total are USDC at 454 and PAX at around 210. This is interesting, I would say, from a lot of standpoints. In particular, it is interesting for altcoins. And while we are talking about Cardano and of course the altcoins, now most of you know my stance on Cardano. I see it as sort of outside of the realm of altcoins and more in alignment with what we would call a Bitcoin future competitor. And of course, this is going to be interesting to see with smart contracts and all these different things. Of course, Cardano inches towards smart contract implementation with new paper. Cardano ADA reveals a new paper on January 27th, in which the firm details how smart contracts will be implemented in an upcoming update. Though the system is unique, its related date is still uncertain in light of Cardano's history of delays. And of course, model was specifically designed as an improvement on Bitcoin's pure UTXO architecture. And Bitcoin, each transaction is based on the concept of outputs and inputs, representations of specific amounts of BTC. Specific transaction simply takes some Bitcoin in the form of inputs and reshapes them into different outputs. Similar to changing a bill into lower denominations, the number of resulting outputs of their specific amount are not important as long as the total value is equivalent to that of the inputs. The correctness of the transactions is ensured by cryptographic validators that, in Bitcoin's case, leverage the user's privacy key to create a verifiable signature. The researchers explain that even though the model plays well with the correct and the distributed nature of blockchains, it presents several limitations to programmability, making it impractical for most smart contracts. Long development cycle wise, Cardano development is divided into several eras named after famous artists and philosophers, each with their own specific focus. The current Shelley era focuses on staking, having launched and feature on Cardano's testnet in December. The next era is Gojin, which focuses on smart contracts, while the largely simultaneous Cardano's official roadmap places the latter's completion in Q1 2020. Indeed, all remaining phases are set to be completed by the end of 2020, but the project is now not new to delays. Of course, Hoskinson promised in April of 2019, blah, blah, blah. Interesting stuff, however, and it will be interesting to see how smart contracts and, of course, a lot of these greater aspects aspects of the crypto world continue to develop. Then, of course, it will be interesting to see how Cardano is going to be leveraging its position in playing to its strengths. I'd also like to play this video right here, and of course get some context, and we'll be continuing to go over the news in just a minute or so.
There's a lot of people who are like really big cryptocurrency fans, for example, who have, they love Andrew Yang, and when I talk to them, they're like, yeah, ask him about crypto. What would you do with regards to regulation of that and, say, Bitcoin exchanges? Do you support the right of people to use their bank accounts, credit cards, et cetera, to move into cryptocurrencies and other forms of money that aren't as easily tracked by centralized authorities?
Well, what I would say is that we need to have a uniform set of rules and regulations around cryptocurrency use nationwide, because right now we're stuck with this hodgepodge of state-by-state treatments, and it's bad for everybody. It's bad for innovators who want to invest in this space. So that would be my priority, is just clear and transparent rules so that everyone knows where they can head in the future and that we can maintain competitiveness. Because to me, the underlying technology of cryptocurrencies is very, very high potential, and we should be investing in it.
But do you support sort of monetary freedom for people that want to move their money away from fiat currencies, get their money out of the banking system into cryptocurrencies? Because right now you have banks restricting payments to these platforms and so forth, and people feel like government regulations are essentially impeding in their desire to do that.
Well, right now, people who are investing in these currencies are finding a way to, to do so and make use of their investments. No, I don't think that you could impede it with regulation if you tried.
So whether you love or dislike Andrew Yang, I think that there are some very interesting perspectives being brought up just simply by his vocal addressing of cryptocurrency, and it does bring crypto into another realm of discussing these different aspects, and that video right there I think is important for what we're about to discuss. Of course, Binance Future is launching perpetual contract for Cardano ADA on Thursday, January 30th. Digital asset exchange Binance announced that its futures trading platform, Binance Futures, which went live in September 2019, is launching a new perpetual contract product, ADA-USDT, at 8 UTC on 31 January 2020. According to Binance announcement, to prevent market manipulation, Binance will implement a price limit of 1% on the market price within the first 30 minutes after trading starts. Also, it is worth keeping in mind that it will be interesting to see, and it is interesting to see Binance making this decision. We knew this was coming, but it is interesting to see that it's happening now. Also, Ethereum fails to close above 200-day moving average, risks downside. Ethereum is struggling to break above the 200-day moving average, but so far it has miserably failed. This level also corresponds to a previously broken market structure, which will now serve as a strong resistance. It appears that the recent bullish move in the market has now come to an end. Speculation on how the cryptocurrency market could rally on uncertainty. Is the stock market due to, of course, the corona or political developments regarding Trump? Of course, in a peach and Democratic presidential primaries now appear baseless as the stock market has started to decline. We know from the past that it does not take long for cryptocurrency market catch up wherever. Of course, we saw the WW3 clickbait did in fact blow up the crypto space, and I think that the latest disease clickbait is sort of the same story. Of course, remember this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. I do have some interesting perspectives. I would say, not necessarily one who likes to follow the crowd. But remember, I'm not your dad. I'm not your financial advisor. So make sure that you guys do your own research when it comes to these things. And of course, don't listen to any of these YouTubers. Make sure you come up with your own perspective. I think it will be interesting to see. Long term, I'm rather bullish about Cardano and my favorite projects that I see a potential for. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure that you guys comment down below or subscribe. Do what you got to do. See you guys next video. Have a good one.